Welcome back to Optimize Health, where we're making easy, healthy, and delicious meals. Today we're continuing in a series on Fix Your Period. Last time we talked about lowering our estrogen and detoxing after ovulation and using some different techniques to do that in order to help reduce how much uterine lining is built up and therefore help reduce how much bleeding we may have, and also getting our body primed for the next hormone in the cyclic phase, which will be progesterone. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So oftentimes with an estrogen dominance, which so many of us have struggled with or currently are struggling with, we also have low progesterone, and there are a number of reasons for that. A pretty widespread common underlying factor is going to be high stress levels, and with that comes high cortisol. Cortisol competes with our body's ability to construct and produce the progesterone hormone. And so what we can do are things to reduce our stress levels. That's going to be whether it's a quote unquote good stress, or it's emotional or psychological stress, if it's over exercising or
You should talk to your doctor, healthcare provider, or veterinarian to see if any of these recipes, suggestions, or contents of these videos are right for you. Nothing contained in these videos are intended to be taken as medical advice. Use at your own risk.
The exercise intensity is too high, if our sleep is not adequate or is interrupted too often. And these are things that maybe we don't always prioritize in addressing, but it's certainly going to help to basically normalize our periods, our cycles, and then also help to decrease uterine bleeding during the period portion of the cycle. There's a lot of mood impacts, as well as what we all know as the premenstrual syndromes like PMS, bloating, fatigue, irritability, trouble sleeping, and progesterone is a really great aid with sleep. So if you're able to promote your own progesterone naturally, that's excellent. There are some really non-invasive and gentle alternatives for women that especially are nearing their perimenopause years, maybe in their 40s and above. Typically, there are some outliers. Age isn't a precise cutoff with this thing. It's very individualistic. But some women may want to consider the progesterone creams. And also another very important thing, especially since we do so much food and wellness, I wanted to mention how important it is to make sure that you're not doing too low carb or keto during that progesterone phase of your cycle. So approximately days 21 to about 28, when most women would have their bleeding that following day, day 1. After day 28, it can vary depending on your cycle lengths. So you want to increase your carbs, and progesterone likes to have insulin higher. So you want to eat nature's carbs. It's a good time to incorporate things like sweet potatoes and a lot of healthy fruits and maybe some other root vegetables. If you're looking also at things like seed oils, trans fats, and kind of commercial fats and oils that are used, that can make period problems worse, as you probably can imagine. So you want to stay away from these junk food carbs and focus on nature's carbs. Just another thing to mention with adequate sleep production, it's like a catch-22 sometimes. If you have low progesterone, your sleep may be troubled, and then from having troubled sleep, you're not able to produce the hormones as well as you should. So really we need to address sleep problems and to help promote the best sleep that we can. So we want to have adequate magnesium. I'll talk more in my next video that's focused more on reducing the length of time of bleeding and therefore the amount of bleeding during your period, which I'm hoping will be really helpful for a lot of people that are watching and listening. But I'll also talk more about these supplement stack that I would recommend to start during the progesterone phase and continue into the bleeding and the, you know, what they would call the first week of the cycle. So I hope this was helpful. I'm hoping that you'll share, like, and subscribe. And I'm really hoping to get some comments back from you guys and suggestions and requests. Like, what else do you want me to talk about? How can I be of help to you? Thank you.